That was scary. I've never seen anything like that before in 4 years of reffing, ever. Soccer Academy.
That's right.
They're not from Brazil, are they?
I have no idea.
So today's been a really crazy day, but it all started here. To start my crazy day, which would include reffing 5 soccer games and going to my school's prom, I started my day off with some Bible study. After my study, I ate a grapefruit for breakfast, followed by a bowl of oatmeal. I decided to stick with a very light breakfast this morning because I was running low on time and I had to start getting ready to leave to referee. I was going to be making $395 over 5 soccer games. I was even going to be getting paid $100 just for one soccer game, which lasted a little over an hour. But now it's time to start making that money. And since I arrived early for my set of 3 games, let me tell you a little bit about reffing before I do it myself. So in a typical soccer game, there's 3 referees, one of which being the center referee, who's the main judge, and then there's the 2 assistants. The center referee has many responsibilities, but his main 2 jobs are calling fouls and ensuring the safety of the game. And the main 2 jobs of the assistant referees are to call offsides and call which way the ball goes out on. And so for my set of 5 games today, I was going to be having 2 assistant jobs and 3 centers.
Just arrived at my first games, and I'm finding the field right now.
By the way, there's a lot more that goes into refereeing than the basics that I just mentioned, but those were just the main responsibilities of ARs and setters. Anyways, my first game was really easy and very uneventful, which is good for the referee because that means they don't have to do much. Like the first game, the second one was also very easy, in which I didn't have any problems with anybody. No coaches, no parents, no players. And that's 2 out of 5 games down and already $100 made. But little did I know how crazy the next game would be. It all started towards the end of the 3rd game. The game was tied, but with a few minutes left in the match, one of the teams scored, ultimately winning the game even though there were only a few minutes left. Now the other coach, who is giving my partners and I problems all game, decided to run on the field and grab the ball out of the hands from an opposing player. From my point of view, I saw a coach run on the field and look like almost tackle a child because he forcefully took the ball out of the kid's hands, and then he started laughing about it, and the center referee gave him a yellow card even though I would have given him a straight red. You can't do that. But anyways, this is what I had to say right after it happened.
So it was towards the end of the game. There were 2 kids fighting for the ball. The ball goes out of bounds, and the kid picks up a ball to do a throw-in. And then a coach who's been giving my partner and I problems all game runs at the kid. And I was like, oh shoot, when I saw that. And he grabbed the ball out of the kid's hands and then started laughing and like threw it to his players. And the other coach started yelling at him. It was just crazy. And the parents were, just in one moment, everyone was irate. So anyway, the other ref, who was on the side of where the crazy coach was, gave him a yellow card. But if it were me personally, he could have very well gotten a red card for what he did.
And since that was my 3rd and final game at the first venue, I ate lunch in the parking lot before going off to the second venue to referee the 2 last games I had. Lunch was just a little mixture of ground beef, chicken, and celery.
So anyway, on to the second set of games that I have, so that's 2 left, and hopefully there's no problems there. Just got to the second venue for the 2 other games I have.
Now at this point during the day, my legs were starting to get tired even after a break. But luckily for the second to last game, I was the assistant referee, so I didn't have to run as much as the center referee. When the game started, both teams displayed high intensity, which lasted for almost the entire first half. There were a lot of yellow cards and a lot of fouls, but both teams kept their heads in the game. Eventually, the team that I thought was going to win, just because of how they were warming up before the game, ended up running away with it 5-0. Nevertheless, it was a really good game. Then it was my last game of the day, in which I was going to be getting paid the most I ever have for a center referee job. $100 for 60 minutes.
Wow.
And apparently, one of the teams I was going to be reffing had a really long name in which Brazil was one of the words. For all I know, I could be reffing a team from a different country.
They're not from Brazil, are they?
I have no idea.
But later I found out one of the team's coaches was from Brazil, which is why they had that name. And luckily, the game was the easiest game I reffed out of my set of 5 the entire day. By far the easiest $100 I've ever made in my life. The teams I was reffing did not give me any problems all game and let me finish my day of reffing in peace. And though I was so exhausted from reffing, my day was nowhere near done. As a matter of fact, it was just beginning. Now I gotta quickly run home and get ready for prom. Just got back from reffing and now I'm going to shower and get ready for prom. I don't know how I'm going to do though because my legs are killing me and I'm just exhausted in general from just a very long day. And prom doesn't end until midnight, so we'll see how it goes. My legs are just so sore, so I might have to stretch them out before the dancing starts because I'm cooked. And after getting ready, I was off to the dance. As soon as I stepped in the door to prom, I was instantly blown away by the size, beauty, decoration, and elegance of the entire room. I wasn't expecting the venue to be this nice. I mean, if someone had told me that I were in Buckingham Palace, I would have believed them. Honestly, hands down, this is the fanciest event I've ever been to. As I was walking around prom, taking videos, and meeting up with my friends, I didn't feel out of place at all. I felt right at home. After waiting for this night to come almost 5 months beforehand, I was going to make the most out of every moment I had. So after everyone was introduced to prom, we sat at our tables and waited for the senior promenade to end so that we could get our food. And I won't lie, dinner was one of the greatest meals I had eaten all year. It was just what I needed after a long day of reffing because I had only had a little bit to eat, which was like chicken, celery, and ground beef. I hadn't eaten much at all during the day, but I had to make sure not to eat too much because of all the dancing I was going to do afterwards. At first, to begin prom, no one was really doing anything, so my friend and I decided to make a dance circle and start dancing in it to get people hype. And that's when things started turning up, especially because the DJ called out to all the people who were there, which was in the hundreds, to make the longest conga line ever. And man, it got crazy. And I feel like after the conga line is when people really locked in and started having fun. Especially me, as you can see from the screen. But unfortunately, they were playing copyrighted music, so I'll give you the highlights of the dance with this sick type beat. As the hours went on during the night, I kept getting more and more excited, my adrenaline kept pumping, and my legs were absolutely throbbing. At one point in prom, I couldn't even bend my leg to sit over. At one point during prom, I had to go sit down to take a drink of water, and it hurt so badly just to go from standing to sitting in a chair. So then I took a break from dancing for about 5 minutes in which I stretched out my entire body. I had to have my body stretched out for the last 30 minutes of prom, which I was told were the wildest. So after stretching and still feeling pretty sore, there were only a couple songs left in the entire prom, and luckily they played one of my song requests, which I had made months before. So to end the night off strong, I got in the middle of a dance circle and absolutely went bananas. And after they played a few songs, prom had officially come to an end. My stamina had also come to an end and I was absolutely cooked. So to end prom, I took a lot of pictures with my friends and I said goodbye to all my friends and all the people I had met that night. And when I got home, it was 1:41 at night. So I was ready to hit the crib, but before I did, I had this to say. Wow, what a crazy, eventful day it's been. It's currently about 1:45, I think, in the morning, I'm not sure. And I just had one of the most exhilarating days of my life. As many of you know me, if you watch my videos, I'm an introvert. But when I'm with my friends, I like at a party atmosphere, I become the most extroverted person ever. Tonight was just the most fun I've had in such a long time. And this morning and afternoon, reffing so much soccer, I mean, my legs hurt so badly. I'm thankful tomorrow is Sunday, it's a day of rest, because I wouldn't be able to, I don't know if I would be able to walk tomorrow. I've been awake for almost 19 hours, 20 hours I think today, and my 3 favorite best parts of the day was 1, interacting with people. Even though I'm on the more of an introvert, ambivert side, I like socializing with people, telling stories, learning about them, learning about where they're from, and meeting coaches, other referees who have lots of stories to tell about reffing that really inspire me to continue even though it's hard sometimes. My second favorite part of the day was prom, being able to hang out with friends that were going to be graduating next year that I've grown up with at school, and they're going to be leaving me while I have 1 more year left and they'll be going off to college in different states, so I won't be seeing them much anymore. So as the expression goes, the time is now, and that now was tonight, which I took full advantage of hanging out with them. It's bittersweet because they leave next year. But my third best part or favorite part of the day was sharing all these memories with you. so you can see what a day in the life of a teenage soccer referee looks like. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, please comment prom down in the comment section and you will get a pin. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and God bless.